Hey guys, I just finished watching episode 9 or 10, I think it was 9 of Breaking Bad, and there's a lot to talk about. Not really, but we're gonna talk about some shit. So, we get fucking dumbass Jesse. So, Saul is like, hey, you need to launder your money better. Well, you need to launder your money so, it can be taxable. The only way to get away from the IRS is to have taxable income so they don't just see you throwing money around, because they will catch up to you. They did Al Chapo. They're going to do you, bitch. Jesse's like, I don't want to. I don't want a salon. I don't want to. Saul's like, listen to your lawyer. What the hell? What are you talking about? You're like 20. Shut the fuck up. You're 20 and you're a millionaire. Even Walt's like, dude, chill the fuck out. You're a millionaire. Chill out. Like, why are you so fucking, what are you stressed about? What are you complaining about right now? Shut the fuck up. Because Walt's putting a little extra in the 200 pounds. He's giving an extra pound and a half sometimes. And he has all these weird rules. He's like, well, we made the batch together. We ship it together. And it's over. And so Jesse's, what an idiot. He's taking the stuff that's over. He's taking the surplus and he's going to start backpedaling it. He's going to start selling it with his fucking dumbass friends. Jesse is the type of person who does not know when to quit. It is the most unfortunate thing I've ever seen, but he does not know when to quit. He does not know when to stop. You are 20-something. You are a millionaire. Take your money and relax. And I think it's just really sad because we saw that he had less money than that. He had $400,000. And with Jane, he was willing to walk away from the life and, settle down and have kind of a normal life with his money and go. He even told Walt, you'll never hear from us again. Jane dies. Jesse's like, well, I'm the fucking bad guy, I guess. I'm the bad guy. Fuck this shit. So now I guess he's just leaning into that persona. There is a hole in Jesse. There's multiple holes in him at this point that just can't even be filled. Money can't even fill the hole. He says he's doing everything for money, but I feel like that's not entirely true. He's doing everything to fill the void inside of himself. But at this point, it is looking like this void is unfillable. It very much is looking like he just can't. It's just too many traumatic fucking things have happened to him ever since he became a drug addict, right? He lost his family. He, had too many chances in the house. He lost his opportunities to be in the house with his little brother and everything. That's traumatizing. He's been beaten up so many times. That's traumatizing. He's been on the streets. That's traumatizing. All of this shit is so fucking traumatizing. He has been through a lot. So nothing's ever gonna satisfy Jesse. He's never gonna, he's the type of person who will never leave well enough alone. It looks like Walt has finally gotten to the place where he's like, okay, well enough is fine. Because once he lost his family, he was like, well, I don't even know what the fuck the point of all of this even is at this point. I did all of this for my family and for his pride, and now I don't have my family, so what's the fucking point? So let's move on to Walt. No, let's move on to Skylar. Skylar, she is getting so fucking fed up with Ted. She does not like him anymore. In fact, I think she gives him an ick. He gives her an ick. Yeah. He comes over. He's like, oh, I just want to come by and, talk or whatever. And Marie's there. And Skylar's like, oh, this is a bad time. Everything with my uncle. Now, I do want to say Skylar is valid for that because her uncle's literally not her uncle, what the fuck? Her brother-in-law is literally dying in the hospital. He's looking better now, but he had a very traumatic accident. The boss should definitely be a little more lenient. But at the same time, I do understand, well, not lenient, but he should be a little more respectful of her privacy and her wanting space. Having almost lost a loved one is a very traumatic experience. So sex and love, that shit can sit back. That shit can wait. But at the same time, if my loved one had a near-death experience within her family, I would want to be there for her too. And I would be like, I wouldn't be pestering her like that though. I wouldn't be like, why have you been ignoring me? I've been leaving voicemails and messages and blah, blah, blah. I would kind of back off. I'd be like, okay, well, when they're ready, all I can do is reach out a couple times. And when they're ready, they'll get back to me. You don't want to fucking harass somebody, especially if they're going through some shit. Like, what are you doing, bro? He was kind of creepy for that. Like, fuck off a little bit. She's going through some shit, bro. Relax. Calm down. But yeah, he's like, Skylar, what's going on? Because we're both divorced. I don't understand the secrecy. Why can't I, meet with your sister? Why can't we act a little bit more like we're seeing each other? And she's like, dude, like, not right now. What the fuck? She's like, the timing is really fucking bad. What are you talking about? And he's like, I'm just saying, like, I'm just, like, come on now. We're both single. We're both technically single. So what's going on here? We're divorced. Come on. And it's like, you're being really fucking pushy and weird for somebody who's going through, like, a traumatic family event. So, but fuck me. My bracelet. No. So yeah, Ted, very creepy, very pushy in this time where he should be more understanding. I'm guessing it's been about 2 weeks. It's been about 2 weeks since Hank has been in the hospital, which isn't that much time. So Ted should definitely back the fuck up a little bit. Secondly, Skylar gives this weird, like, 5-minute long sermon about how Walt got the money, how Walt has money to pay for Hank's treatment, how Walt's a gambler with blackjack and he learned this new method and blah, blah, blah. Okay, little word of advice. Lying becomes so fucking hard when you add all of this shit. When you're lying, you're supposed to be so fucking general and so basic and leave it to the person you're lying for to kind of come up with the details. Because I feel like this lie is going to fucking fall apart. At some point, it's going to be like lost in translation to Hank. When in reality, all you could have said was like, or we could get Walt Jr. to make another little fundraiser account for Hank's surgery, like we did for Walt. We got a lot of hits. Hank is a hero, so a lot of fucking people would have donated to something like that, So, like, it would have been the perfect cover-up for Walt to funnel his wealth through that page for Hank. Perfect cover-up. But no, he learned blackjack and he's a gambler, which is why we, had our ups and downs about things and blah, 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 blah. A 5-minute lie that Walt's going to have to remember little pieces of, because if Marie brings it up, if it gets lost in translation to Hank or some shit, if anybody has questions, it is going to be so easy to get some of those fucking details wrong, because she literally talked for like 5 minutes. Now, I'm not going to lie. I thought she was going to make out with Walt at the end. I really did. I was like, what's happening here? I'm like, okay, so Ted gives her the ick because she wants Walt back? Question mark? She goes up to him. She's like, I have a feeling Hank is in the hospital because of you. And her intuition is spot on. I really like in this show how Skylar and Walt are both fucking smart. You know how, like, most of the time, I feel like plots of shows and movies rely on one character being oblivious or fucking stupid. I like that Walt and Skylar are both smart. I like that. I feel like it keeps the plot fresh and interesting. Yeah, it just keeps everything fresh and interesting instead of one dumb character, I'm oblivious to shit going right over their head. I hate shit like that. So I was really happy that Skylar was like, look, I have a feeling that this has something to do with you. Are we safe, the family? Walt's like, yes. She's like, okay, well, are you safe? He's like, yes, absolutely. Which, is he? Is he though? But yeah, all of that just goes to show that Skylar still cares very much about Walt. Even if it's not romantic, even if it's not this or that, she still cares about him, which is cool. Walt is still incorporated into the family, which is cool. I like that. Marie is like, damn, Walt, that was fucked up that you did that to Skylar, but, eyebrow raise. Maybe you can help us out. And then let's get on to, last but not least, Walt. So Walt goes to Gus and he's like, look, I already know all of this shit. I'm not even gonna ask and allow you the chance to like gaslight me or anything. You saved my life. You switched the target from me to Hank. You did that. And you did that so you could control so you can control the market. I respect your fucking game. One thing I need to know is what happens after 3 months? And Gus is like, well, I only said 3 months to get you, to reel you in, to be honest. We can extend that to 12 months. And I can give you 13 milli. But we already know that Jesse did the math, and like the meth, the amount of money they get for the meth is like 96 million. And Walt's over here getting 3 million and getting 13 million, which is still good. Like, I would be satisfied with that. I'm not kidding. It's, you know, they're providing the board. Like, they're providing room and board, basically. Like, you can cook and work here. It's a very safe, discreet area. That, to me, is worth that other 70 million. Let's be for real. Or 86 million. 90, that to me is worth that other 90 million. Like, if I have a way to make my millions and it's fucking safe, I don't give a fuck. Like, you can make all the profit you want off me, bitch. I feel like at least with Marie that Walt should have lied about how much money there was. Saying that he basically had $1 million at least, I feel like is going to prove to be problematic. I feel like he should have just said, oh, 400,000. That's how much Skylar knows about. So I feel like he should have just been like 400,000. That's it. That's all. That's it. Whoop-de-doo. Anyways, I am super interested to see where things go from here. It looks like Hank might be in a fucking wheelchair. It looks like he might be rolling, which, you know, I don't know how he's going to be a rolling cop, but we're going to see where this goes. We're really going to see where this goes. I do think Jesse's little plan to sell meth is going to backfire in a really bad way, but there is no satisfying Jesse at this point. He lost the love of his life. He really fucking loved Jane. So at this point, I feel like nothing will ever satisfy him. He'll always be chasing something, anything, and he'll never feel good. Like, he even said, like, he gave away his most prized possession, something he worked on very hard. He gave it away for an ounce of weed. And you get to see how, like, he's rethinking all of this stuff. He's like, damn, like, I was really fucking down bad to the point where I gave up everything for my addiction. God. But I think that also made him realize that these addicts that he's in the room with, that he's fucking manipulating right now. Fucking terrible fucking person, by the way. Jesse, he's really leaning into this I'm the bad guy shit because he is awful for what he's doing. He snuck his friends into the AA meeting or whatever, and they're like, man, that blue stuff. Like, they're trying to market it. They're trying to, you know, get intrigue. That blue, damn, like, that shit sold out so quick. I hope you can stay strong. I heard it's back. And, like, the people in there are like, damn, like, I low-key want to try that. What the fuck's that about? Yeah, he's just doing some really fucking dirty shit. But I think shit has a way of catching up to Jesse, and I think it definitely will catch up to him. So we're just going to have to wait and see. Also, I think something I do think I want to predict is maybe Skylar and Walt's rekindling things. I don't know. It just seems that she's not feeling shit with Ted anymore, so she technically is single. And Walt definitely isn't looking at other women, so it's possible. Keeping my eyes open for that.